What is 20,000 to you? If you won it, would it change your life? 20K is life-changing money. I'd pay off my boyfriend's university fees, it's about €700 where we live, ish, and for his masters and mine 224K each. With what's left I'd set up a monthly allowance for rent and necessities, which would alleviate a huge amount of financial stress for me and my parents. So not only would I walk out with 2 years of mental peace and focusing on my study, but me and my boyfriend would have greatly improved job prospects, ergo salary opportunities, working conditions. So, lives changed. 20K is life-changing money. I'd pay off my boyfriend's university fees, it's about €700 where we live, ish, and for his masters and mine 224K each. With what's left I'd set up a monthly allowance for rent and necessities, which would alleviate a huge amount of financial stress for me and my parents. So not only would I walk out with 2 years of mental peace and focusing on my study, but me and my boyfriend would have greatly improved job prospects, ergo salary opportunities, working conditions. So, lives changed. Yes, I'd be able to buy a newer car, mine's a 2005, no front bumper, slowly dying, lots of expensive maintenance, pay off my bills, and make my life less stressed. I'm a single mom to 2 kids and I absolutely need a car. I'm honestly afraid of what's going to break down next and how much that will cost to fix. No, 20K isn't life-changing, but it's life-changing enough to get rid of 90% of my stress and let me focus on my career so that I'm not struggling so much. 20,000 in USD would help make mine and my family's life better. It won't change our lives per se, but it will give me more peace in terms of a financial cushion. For me though, I always look at what else is the cost for X amount of money. If getting 20,000 extra right now means taking a job that would force me to be at the mercy of my job and could never really clock out, nope, I'm good. Or if it means I sacrificed my self-respect and dignity, nope, I'm good. This question reminded me of a Neil deGrasse Tyson talk where he asked people to consider what coin they would stoop down to pick up. Almost no one would pick up a penny, nickel, or even a dime. More people would pick up a quarter, and everyone would pick up a 50c piece. He compared this amount to most people's net worth, and then compared that to Bill Gates. Gates would need the amount to be $45,000 to pick it up. $20,000 for me means I'd be a few months closer to buying a house than I currently am. For reference, my wife and I are putting about $5,000 a month into a HISA specifically for house funds. I'm on the fence about significantly lowering my IRA and 401k donations while I save up for the house, but I think I'll keep donating. Trying to save around $200,000 for the house and got $50,000 so far. It would allow me to buy my first car, which would dramatically improve my ability to not only work, making better jobs more accessible, but also just travel in general. I'd also be able to either take a trip to visit my girlfriend or bring her here for a month LDR. I was in the process of saving up for a trip in January when my savings got wiped out by tax and bills. Yes, significantly. I'd be able to buy a car and put a whole lot of money towards buying my mom's trailer. I'd also put aside a few thousand for a nice vacation. Having a car alone would open up much more of the world to me, and I think my mental health would improve rapidly, not to mention I'd have way more job opportunities because I'd actually have transportation. Yes, $20,000 would pay a few months rent and get us out of eviction court. It could pay the light and water bills, and buy groceries. Most importantly, it would buy diapers and formula. $20,000 would change my life dramatically. It would buy us some time while my husband secures a new job. We have a special needs 10-year-old and a 5-month-old. The stress is killing us both. No credit card debt, paid off car, and fix a few things on my house. My monthly income would increase by about $500 a month because I don't have to pay on the debt, so it wouldn't change my whole life, it would just put me in a considerably better spot. But I'm looking to get into that spot by early next year anyways. It would help me get back on my feet. It's been very rough for me since I'm not working right now and I'm behind on almost all of my bills. I just lost my internet. I might lose my phone if I don't get it paid before the 1st. But other things too, like are paying everyone in my credit cards too. It'd be nice. Would be absolutely life-changing. I could replace my car, that I use as part of my job. Working AC in my car in this Texas summer heat. I could go to the doctor and take care of a couple of issues, put a little back for an emergency fund. Fill the freezer with food, real food. Oh, if only. It would just probably mean I can go to university next year without taking debt or working part-time, free tuition and nice benefits in Finland, and spend that 5 years living comfortably. Well, student loans are practically free money in Finland, so I probably take as much of it as I can. 20k CAD would just go towards my investments. Wouldn't help with a house even if I didn't already own one. 20k is to the cost of a house around me. Wouldn't buy a car. Already got two. House is mostly renoed by me. Wouldn't do much for me. Double it and give it to the next guy. It'd be a year's worth of bills taken care of. I have legit OCD though, and my brain would still be like, but what if we literally get no offers if we quit, get laid off? Or it'd get about 30 of my debts paid. I've got about $73,000 between my mortgage, my car, and some renovations. It would definitely make things a lot easier, maybe even long term. That is enough to eliminate all of my debt and afford a few things I could really use right now, such as therapy, a personal trainer, a nutritionist, and maybe a private tutor for a second language or something. That would be just enough rope to hang myself with. Not enough to solve any of my long-term financial issues, and just enough to get me to put my guard down and let my discipline start dropping. 50,000 would put me at zero with a nice vacation and a few months rent bonus. Pay off my car so that I can use that money to pay student loans instead. It would be pretty great, honestly, but probably not that life-changing overall. It would save me from paying a good amount of interest, but it wouldn't really provide a significant lifestyle change. It's free money, but it wouldn't make a lot of difference. We can use that money to do a bathroom remodel which already functions fine. Or do nothing except buy a better cut of meat here and there, or buy things that I kind wanted from Amazon until the money twinkles down. Overnight life change. How TF do I make the money? I'm 24 and I feel like I've been working my ass off since I was 16 and just keep getting deeper and deeper into this hole. Every time I feel like I'm finally getting ahead, it's like life hits me with even more setbacks. Not enough information. If it were 20,000 bananas, yes, it would change my life. I'd never want to see a banana never again. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get rid of 20,000 rotting bananas? They start to liquefy and smell horrific. Insects everywhere. Blech, yes. I currently have no vehicle and work minimum wage, unable to afford to even save up for a vehicle. My mother is about to lose her place to live and will likely be homeless. I'm doing everything in my power to prevent that, but so far it's virtually inevitable. 19,995 of any currency more than I have. And honestly, if there was a real 20k, I'd find a nice little apartment near the school I want to go to and get an emotional support doggo. Then I'd cry as that money quickly burned up in the fire that had college tuition. It's a pretty sum, but wouldn't change my life at all. I couldn't even buy a new car with that money nowadays. I couldn't even afford taking a few months off from work, nor decrease my working hours. So it would just end up on my savings account. It would absolutely change my life currently. I'm in a situation that's definitely not a good one to be in, and fucking finances are making leaving 10 times harder and happen at a snail's pace. 20 grand just out of the blue would feel like a friggin' miracle. Funny enough, I actually did hit 20k on a scratch off a few months ago. Biggest amount I've ever won. Wouldn't say it was life-changing, but it definitely helped pay off my tuition and other bills I had. Even got to treat myself to some stuff as well. It would pay off all of our active debt, pay off our roof replacement. We'd be able to replace our broken bed mattress where I've been sleeping on the bed frame because the springs failed. And I'd throw the rest at our mortgage. I'd use it to pay off my student loans, which would free up $300 a month for me, which I'd put toward a new car payment. My car is 15 years old, and I have to hold my breath every time I drive or in the key in the ignition. If we're talking dollars, $20,000 would help. Quite a bit. Not necessarily life-changing, but it would get me out of some holes so I can put efforts towards getting out of others, and maybe even a little ahead for once. Fuck no, it wouldn't. For most people, it wouldn't. I won almost $22,000 at a casino many years ago, and it was gone in a matter of 5 days. Don't get me wrong, it helped a lot, but that is far from life-changing money. It wouldn't be enough to drastically change my life, but I would be able to pay off my car and cut a chunk out of my home loan, which would be nice. That or my school loans. Tough call on which I would use it on. 20k isn't going to change much for me. It's a month and a half of commissions, maybe 2 months. 20k won't even get you a new car anymore. It's one of those numbers that used to go a lot further than it does today. I don't know if it would change my life in any meaningful way in the long term, but at this very moment it would almost immediately solve a lot of problems. Truth is, it would be gone as fast as it came, not even remotely. It would be a nice booster, but nothing whatsoever would change in my day-to-day. Even with $100,000 nothing would change. Maybe $500,000 and I could cut back my hours a bit. I had a decent upbringing and I think I've made some good choices, so honestly $20,000 wouldn't change my life. I would probably put it into the stock market if it was given to me, yes. It would pay off all my debt besides my house, and I could finally put money away and wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, my own financial issues are my own fault, absolutely. I have very little personal debt, so pretty much all of that would go into our family account, with a fair chunk directly into the kiddos' school fund right off the bat. Would be quite a bit of a game changer. Pay off some of my credit cards and it would be pretty much gone. It would however free up about $500 more that I pay on those cards. Already chubby fired. My portfolio goes up and down by 6 figures on any given day. I wouldn't decline someone giving me $20,000. But it would make no real difference in my life. I could pay for the medical things I need, with enough left to give to my mom. Not a ton in the grand scheme of things, I suppose, but a lot to me. Nice to dream, isn't it? $20,000 wouldn't change my life, but it would make things a lot of comfortable. Could pay off some debt and keep more of my income for savings, etc. It would be $20,000 USD. Haven't seen my son in 2 years. $20,000 would allow me to take a significant break from my life to go abroad, see him. Spending 3 weeks with him would be amazing. I would be able to afford the lawyer I need to get more time with my daughter, who is neglected in her other parents' home. Currently I'm just going into debt for it. That's about a month of my take-home pay. Sure, it would change my life. My checking account would have $20,000 more in it. Would I do anything different? Probably not. $20,100 US dollar bills would be awesome. 20,000 spiders, no thank you. 20,000 hugs? Would be heartwarming and welcome. Depends on what 20,000 fell into my lap. 20k would allow me to take a month off work. Pay off a car or maybe go towards a home down payment. 20k really isn't much money at all. Makes me sick to say that,